Hey, welcome to the Dray Way. I'm very happy you are here. I am Drayton Nay. I am your host. And for the next 20 minutes or so, I'm going to be telling you everything that's going on right now that is not making a whole lot of sense. It's just a difficult time right now, and I'm going to try to make sense of it. But just know this, you're going to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me. So let's get started. We got a good show today. Let's go! Hey, welcome to the Dray Way. You know, Starbucks is closing over 100 stores, and I have to tell you, that's a big deal. It's a big deal because I don't care. I don't care that Starbucks is losing over 100 stores. But it's a big deal to some other people. For some reason, Starbucks, what people don't understand is, why do you go to Starbucks? Starbucks used to be almost like a bougie thing to do. It used to be like, hey, I've got Starbucks. It ain't that anymore. As a matter of fact, in these type of times, it's companies like that don't do well. And they don't do well because it's just expensive for no reason. And Starbucks is expensive for no reason. And now what they're trying to do to fix Starbucks is they're trying to do all this maneuvering, all this, well, let's offer this, let's do this, lower your price. Lower your price. That is the environment that you're in. That's where you are right now, and not just in this country, and other countries around the world. It's about value. Do you understand? And the same thing with Ford Motor Company, which I don't know how they're going to stay in business because you're producing cars that have no value. They literally are being recalled all the time because here you've been in the car business for 100 years and you don't know how to make a car that runs. You don't know how to make a car that's going to last 8, 10 years. You don't know how to do that. There's problems with your cars from the get-go. 100 years in the business, 100 years plus, and you're still making garbage. There can only be one reason for that. And that is you want to take advantage of your customers. You're just assuming that your customers are going to be loyal to a brand that doesn't mean anything anymore. Just like Starbucks doesn't mean anything anymore. Rolex doesn't mean anything anymore. Let me tell you something. Let me put you on to something. These Seikos, especially Grand Seikos, they are made better than Rolex. I will put my money on the line saying that Grand Seikos are built better than Rolexes. They certainly run better. In my eyes, they look better. The style of Rolex is so old. My grandfather wore the same Rolexes they're wearing today. And you think that's fashionable? It's not. You just look like you're trying too hard. So that's another brand that, Rolex? I see people wearing a Rolex. Do you think I think, oh, wow, he's wearing a Rolex? I think, what a waste of money. He doesn't really know anything about watches. Because if he really did, he would know that Rolex, while it's a good watch, it's not worth that price. Not anywhere remotely close. Like I said, I don't even wear my Rolexes anymore. I wear Seikos now. Because I can assure you, after decades of experience, I can tell you the Seiko is just as good. Especially the Grand Seikos, just as good as Rolex. So why would I want to buy a $20,000, $30,000 watch when I can get the same thing, if not better, than with 80 or 90% off I can buy a really great Seiko Grand for about $3,000. Yeah. To even come close to that, you got to spend $20,000, $30,000 at Rolex. Why? Why? Because now we are in times, it's about value. And that goes across the board. That's why Starbucks, they're closing over 100 stores and no one cares. I know I don't care. I'm actually invested in their competition. I'm invested in Luckin Coffee. Let me just say that out front so you don't think I'm talking bad about Starbucks without acknowledging I'm an investor in Luckin Coffee, because I think Luckin Coffee's doing it right. And I think Starbucks is all about what? What is Starbucks about today? Like I said, I could tell you what it was about 10 years ago. Today, why do I need to go to Starbucks for an expensive cup of coffee? Why? Tell me how that makes sense. And tell me how they can't figure out, if we want to get customers back, if we want to start doing better, lower your price, because that's where we're at. Hey, Ford, you're not going to sell $70, $80, $90,000 trucks. Lower your price. Yeah, Ford wants to go, hey, we'll give, if you have really lousy credit, we'll still sell you an $80,000 truck. I don't care if I got lousy credit that you're going to sell me an overpriced truck. How is that to my benefit? Do you think everyone is just stupid? Hey, I don't care what your credit score is. You can get 0% interest on an overpriced truck. Oh, let me sign up for that. Let me get that overpriced truck. What a great idea. You see, so many of you brands are about to go, you're about to go away because you just don't get it. Like Target, you just don't get it. You know, Target, you forgot who your customer base is. And now you've been suffering because you did something stupid. And now you've hurt your brand. Your brand is hurt. Rolex, your brand is hurt because now it's about value. And like I said, a Seiko brings a lot more value than a Rolex. A lot more. At 90%, 80, 90% off the price. So all these brands are, and there's more. I could go down the list. I don't want to bore you with all the different brands. But I'm sure you can come up with some brands in the comments there that it's just like, I don't care anymore. I don't care about Rolex anymore. I don't care about Starbucks anymore. I don't care about Target anymore. I don't care about these brands anymore. And I don't care about them like Ford, because Ford keeps putting out a lousy product. And I mean lousy. Time and time and time again. And how many recalls have there been on Ford automobiles in the last 12 months? Can anybody count that high? Yeah. So certain brands are just starting to lose their luster. And Apple's not far away. I hate to tell it. I mean, I have an Apple phone. But I can tell you right now, Apple is losing its luster. It's losing its luster because where is the technology? Where? I am so sick and tired of you just making the phone better. Oh, the battery's going to last 30 minutes longer and the phone's better. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. Come up with some new innovation. Dear Apple, can you please explain to me why I can't look like Dick Tracy? I can't look at my iWatch and talk to somebody and make a call. I can't just push a button and talk to my wife and go, hey, babe, I'm going to be back in a little bit. You need anything? All right, sweetie, I'll see you later. We can't do that. That is out of the realm. You guys can't figure out how to do that because that would be just really convenient. I wouldn't have to have a big, I could leave my phone someplace else and I could do everything just through my watch. You can't make that happen. That's just out of the realm of possibility. So yes, Apple is another brand that is getting there. It's not there like Ford and Starbucks and Rolex and yeah, Apple's not there yet. I'm not suggesting it is, but it's heading that way. It's heading that way towards brands of, I just don't care anymore. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Welcome to the Dray Way, everybody. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't go anywhere. Part 2 to the Dray Way coming up next. Pete Hegseth is a big pile of shit. Yeah, Pete Hegseth is a complete moron, an idiot. I don't even know what other words to use. But his speech in front of all these military people is embarrassing. It's embarrassing and it's laughable. And how about calling your generals fat? Yeah, what a nice thing to say about a general that's put in 30 years of service to this country. 30 years of this service, and he has to listen to some knucklehead, some drunk, some guy that all he cares about is his next drink. And I have to sit there after serving my country for 30 years and listen to your stupidity? Can you imagine, some of these generals who have put their life on the line over and over again now have to listen to this knucklehead who has absolutely no business being in the leader of anything. This guy was a Fox News clown. And now he's running the Pentagon telling generals, hey, generals, you know what? You're kind of fat. I'm tired of seeing fat people. I want to see fit people. I don't want to see fat people anymore. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. That's where we're at. And Pete Hegseth, I could go on about his speech, but I really don't want to. It was just craziness. It's crazy land. It's crazy talk. And I can only imagine. Like I said, I sit here and I go, what are these generals thinking in their head? And they've got to be thinking, this guy has no clue as to what he's talking about. And if he was under my command, yeah, it wouldn't be a pretty sight. Because when you get to become a general, that's no nonsense. You've put in a lot of work. And now to have to sit there and listen to Pete Hegseth, who has about as much ability as my little pinky, it's just a sad day. It's a sad day for our military. And, the whole Department of War and, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, we're using the military now after, to go after U.S. citizens. As the president, I give you full force to do whatever you want. What? What are we doing, everybody? What are we doing? We either have a country and a constitution or we don't. And if we don't have a constitution, can somebody please ask the Republicans to give us a new paper to show us what the new rules are? Because this leadership by one, it's either, is he king or is he a dictator? Which one is it? Do we call him King Trump or Dictator Trump? Let me know in the comments. But Pete Hegseth, shut up. Don't go anywhere. Part 3 to the Dray Way coming up next. I was going to lead with this. I was going to talk about this at length, but I just can't do it. I can't do it because it's just such nonsense. It's so disgusting. It's so racist. Donald Trump did an AI thing with Chuck Schumer, and it was disgusting. Jeffries is in a hat with a mustache, and Schumer is saying horrifically horrible, nasty things, and he posted that on his Truth Social. He posted this racist, ridiculous thing on Truth Social. And this is the president of the United States doing this. Something that a 5-year-old would do and thought a 5-year-old would do this and think it was funny. Yeah. The only thing it was missing was fart jokes. That's about it. But it was everything else that a 5-year-old would do. And it's deplorable. It's disgusting. And it's beneath the presidency. But there's nothing lower than Donald Trump. Donald Trump is just plain garbage. He's an awful, terrible human being. And how anyone can defend what he put up on his social media, you can't defend that. And it's not funny. Who is that funny to when we're about to go into a shutdown where thousands of people are going to lose their jobs? And millions are going to lose their health care. How is this funny to anyone? It's not funny. It's disgusting. It's deplorable. And it's horrifically mean. And we're supposed to, and everybody just sits by. You know, Republicans, how can you just sit by and let a man destroy not just this country, but other countries around the world? His craziness is affecting everyone on this planet. One man is screwing up the entire planet. And you Republicans do nothing about it. You just sit there. You guys are spineless. You guys are gutless. And that's why I could never vote for a Republican, because you guys stay silent. No matter how awful, no matter how despicable this man is, you'll stay silent. And for that, you are just as bad as he is. You are just as bad. Let me know what you think. Don't forget, the Dray Way is on each and every day. So come back and see me. Hit the subscribe button. And tomorrow, I'll see you right here on the Dray Way. Have a good day, everybody.
Whoa! Look at that. Water splashing everywhere, and I didn't even get wet. Seriously, if you want a pool like this, call the people at Unique Pool Finishes.
Hey, is that a fish?